The top story that we are following here on India Today coming in, where we are seeing the force encounter taking place between terrorists. Now, this is something which is raging on in Udhampur. 3 to 4 terrorists have been trapped by the forces. One soldier has been injured in the Udhampur encounter. Gunfight is now taking place in Udhampur. There is an encounter which is still raging on in Udhampur. Gunfight started late last night. 3 to 4 terrorists believed to be from Jaish-e-Mohammad have been trapped by the joint forces. One soldier has been injured. The operations are still underway. This is the latest news which is coming in from Udhampur over the past few months. Since the Pahalgaon terror attack, we have seen how the forces have been cracking down on terror outfits. 3 to 4 terrorists have now been trapped by the forces. Fierce encounter taking place between forces and terrorists. The operation is still underway. One soldier has been injured in this encounter. There's gunfight that is taking place in Udhampur. The encounter still rages on. Gunfight started late last night. 3 to 4 terrorists believed to be from Jaish-e-Mohammad. They have been trapped by the joint forces. One soldier has been injured. My colleague Mir Farid is now joining me on the story. Mir, from what we are understanding, the operation is still underway. One soldier, unfortunately, has been injured in the exchange of fire.
That's right, Aishwarya. This operation is happening on the Udhampur Heights. Now, this is a location very close to the Udhampur-Doda border. And late last night, this started when the Army Joint Forces cornered a big group of Jaish. Now, they go by the name of Kashmir Tigers, but it is a shadow outfit of Jaish-e-Mohammad. 4 of them were trapped. There was an intense exchange of fire. And in the first burst of gunfire, we got inputs that one soldier has been injured. He has been evacuated. And since the operation was on. Now, through the night, there was a lull in gunfire. But first light this morning, we've been told that the fresh firing has been reported from the area. And more troops have been rushed to the location. We know that these operations are tricky because if you talk of this forest area, you have a lot of difficulties that the forces face. So this seems to be one such operation, but the joint forces are on it and the operation continues. Initially, the army input or the press release that the army shared was that it was Kishtwar, but later they clarified that it was Doda, Udhampur Heights, deep inside the forest area. Aishwarya?
Right, Mir. Mir, please stay on with me. We've got some more news which is coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. Raids at the moment taking place by the Counterintelligence Unit in Jammu and Kashmir. Searches are underway in 7 districts of Jammu and Kashmir. Searches underway in terror crime cases. We are now seeing evidence, documents that have been recovered. Counterintelligence Kashmir, which is the CIK, is now conducting searches at various locations, close to 8 locations in 7 districts. In Srinagar, in Baramulla, in Anantnag, Kupwara, Handwara, Pulwama and Shopian. These are the places where operation is taking place. Searches are also in pursuance of the search warrant which was obtained from the competent court. We are now seeing material including some very digital evidences. Documents have been recovered so far. My colleague Mir Farid is still with me on the story. Mir, now this is the other thing that we are seeing that the forces have started doing, cracking down on the terror network. That's also something that the Indian government has been focusing on over the past few months.
That's right, Aishwarya. In fact, there are multiple agencies that are trying to dismantle the terror networks. Now, it's not just about the operational side, but also the people who support them, the ground OGWs or the ground network, the couriers, logistics. And that's what the CIK, Central Intelligence Kashmir, that's another wing of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. And we know there are other agencies like NIA, you have the SIA and other agencies. They're all working simultaneously. Now, in this case, CIK teams raided at least 7 locations, or should I say 8 locations across 7 districts. And they have, in fact, early morning raided these locations. We've been told that evidence in the form of digital devices, other documents, literature has been recovered. And this was these raids were related to a terror crime case, FIR of which was registered in CIK in 2023. So as investigations proceeded, new angles have been found and they have warranted these raids. They are still ongoing. And as I said, CIK teams, multiple teams held by the local police are conducting these raids. And we've been told that some important material evidence has also been recovered. So these anti-terror efforts are happening at multiple levels. While operational side is one angle, you have crackdown against logistics, and as you rightly said, it's been happening from not just today, but happening from the last many years, especially post Article 370 abrogation and the kind of crackdown we've seen against terror network, their sympathizers in Jammu and Kashmir. Back to you.
Right, Mir, please stay on with me. We've got some more news which is coming in with regards to Jammu and Kashmir. News that's coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. The forces have now foiled terror conspiracy. 20 Chinese hand grenades have been recovered by the forces so far. Grenades have been recovered by the forces in Poonch district. Grenades found during intelligence-based search operations that took place. Massive weapons haul, including 20 Chinese hand grenades, have been recovered by the joint forces. Now, this was an intelligence-based search. The operation took place in Poonch sector. Sources have told India Today weapons consignment was dumped recently and there was a terror plot which was to shift it to the hinterlands for terror-related operational activities. Timely intelligence warning has now foiled this conspiracy. Those are the images that you are seeing on the television screen at the moment. The intelligence agencies have now started doing rounds across Jammu and Kashmir. My colleague Mir Fareed is with me on the story. Mir, from what we are understanding, this is very, very crucial information that we got. We also understand that this consignment was dumped very recently, and there was a large and elaborate plan to shift this to the hinterlands, and that would later be used for terror-related operational activities.
That's right, Aishwarya. In fact, not the first time we've seen weapons being dumped to close to line of control with the intent that people who are operational inside will, in fact, take these weapons out and shift them to the hinterland for terror activities. Now, 20 hand grenades means 20 potential terror incidents have been thwarted, have been foiled. According to army sources, it was a joint operation. They had an intel lead, and as the raids were conducted, this massive weapons haul was confiscated. Now, 20 hand grenades means a lot, in fact, and then also this fresh ammunition. So that tells you it was dumped recently with the intent that the OGWs or the terror cadre active on this side will pick it up, take it to their hideouts in the hinterland, and probably use it for terror activities in the near future. So in that way, it's a major terror conspiracy that has been thwarted, and these weapons have been recovered. In fact, on and off, the security forces have been getting inputs about such consignments being dumped close to the line of control. And that's why, based on those inputs, these search operations continue, and they'll continue in the future also. Aishwarya?
Right, thank you, Mir, giving us all those details. My colleague also pointing to us the fact that this is not the first time we are seeing these kind of intelligence-based searches taking place, but timely intervention is now making sure that India has the upper hand.